Chow here from johnchow.com, and welcome to a rainy episode of Driving with John Chow. Yes, it is raining in the OC, a very, very rare occurrence. Normally, Orange County experiences over 300 plus days of sunshine, and so that after 65 days left, there's very little rain. But this is one of them, and it always startles me the first time I see these automatic wipers come on. Like, for the longest time, I drive the car just like that, then nothing happens. And once it rains, after a little while, when these wipers sense there's enough, or I don't know, wiper sense windshield, I'm not sure. But when it senses there's enough rain on the windshield, it swoosh. Yeah. By the way, those wipers also have the washer system. You know how when you use your windshield washer, you push a button and then it sprays your windshield and then the wipers wipes it. That's how most cars does it. This Mercedes, however, because the Mercedes engineers felt that, well, when you spray a windshield, you temporarily blind the driver because you blasted the windshield with fluids and stuff, and then you have to wait till the washer push it away, then you can see. So what the Mercedes engineers done is that the wipers actually has about 50 little laser cut holes on either side, and those holes spray water out in front of the blade. So when it's going up, water comes out the blade and washes the windshield, and as the water comes out, the blade instantly wipes it away. And then when it's going down, the hose switch over and the water comes out this way and it's sweeping down and then switches back and sweeping down. So you're actually washing your windshield without being blinded by a spray of water. Cool, huh? Now, technology like that costs money. Those wiper blades, $300 to replace. Luckily, I haven't had to replace it yet because it hardly ever rains in Orange County. So, but $300 for windshield wipers. Anyway, I want to talk to you about diversification and concentration. If you ever, talk to an investment advisor, they will always tell you like you need to diversify your investment. So don't put all your eggs in one basket because something happens to that one thing, you're wiped out. I'm sure you heard it. I heard it many times from countless financial planning seminars, and just people who, well, it's spouted all over the place. And I'm here to tell you that it is bullcrap, total and complete myth. There is a time to diversify, and there is also a time to concentrate. When you are at the beginning stages of your career, or you're at the beginning stages of building your business or building your investment portfolio, that is when you concentrate. You don't diversify at that point. All right. Let me give you some examples. You look at all the great fortunes of this world, and you look at how they did it. You will find that during the growth period or building up period of their holding, every one of them concentrated. They did not have a diversified portfolio. Bill Gates, for example, today Bill Gates has a nice diversified portfolio of various investments scattered across multiple industries. But when Bill Gates was first starting, and when Bill Gates was getting rich, 99% of his holdings, his entire net worth, was in Microsoft. Another example, Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett, even today, Warren Buffett does not run a diversified portfolio. And at one point, if you look at Berkshire Hathaway's holdings through the last, through the history, at one point, their entire holdings was made up of 4 companies, 4 stocks. Now, if you run a multi-billion-dollar portfolio, which at that time Berkshire was multi-billion-dollar portfolio, made up of 4 holdings, any financial planner would say, "Oh, that's ridiculous. No one who has over that much money should spread only 4 companies, right? I mean, what if something happens to them?" You go, well, Who are you going to argue with? Just an average financial planner or Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett? Right? And even today, Warren's holding, I mean, Berkshire is worth over $100 billion, but they only made up about 2 dozen. They only hold like 2 dozen stocks or 2 dozen companies. That's not very diversified, especially for something that's worth over 100 billion. Right? I mean, I've seen people with $1 million. You know, if you look at a lot of mutual funds, they hold 50, 100 stocks. They're very diversified, and they're not even close to $1 billion. They're talking like tens of millions. Right? But the reason is, again, and actually, Warren Buffett himself wrote an essay about diversification versus concentration, and even said there is a time to concentrate. And diversification, actually, all diversification means is that you just match the market. If you want to beat if you want to beat the market, you cannot diversify, because if you diversify, you basically are the market, and you never match the market if you diversify, because there are fees involved. You got to pay fees, broker's fee, what is thing, the redemption fees, all this kind of fee, and all you do. So if the market is going 10%, you will never do that. You'll always be below 10% because of the fees. And if you want to beat the market, you got to concentrate. And the same thing goes for, especially, this is especially true when you're just starting out, right? Every single great fortune in the world started out as a concentration, one item. Bill Gates, Microsoft, Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, you name it. One thing. They concentrated on one thing and they stuck to it, and that's what made them rich. And after they got rich, then they look at diversifying. But until they got rich, they were fully concentrated on that one thing that did it for them. Even today, Berkshire Hathaway, when they're looking at buying a business, they say this thing: they only buy business that are simple, because, in their own words, it has to be simple. If we can't understand it, we can't run it. So if you look at all the companies they hold, they're all simple businesses. Fruit of the Loom, underwear. Gillette razor, shaving. Right? See's candy, Coca-Cola. Right? Simple, but you don't find them holding any tech companies. So how does this apply to you? Well, basically, you need to concentrate when you're first starting out. All right. So stick to. See, I can't believe that guy. This guy went the right lane. This guy went the wrong lane. I kind of followed him. So, okay, now I lost my train of thought. All right, back to it. When you're starting out, you need to concentrate. So right now, stick to. Remember when I talk about mastering one thing and getting really, really good at it before you master something else? Well, this is the same thing. Concentration versus diversification. Choose one traffic method. Choose one thing that you can master. Concentrate on it. Master it. Stick to it, because that's going to be the one thing that makes you rich. So you're going to be internet marketing. You need a product. You need traffic. Traffic plus conversion equals money. So master traffic. Pick the traffic source that you want to master. Concentrate on that. Stick to that, and master that before you diversify into anything else. Because when you're starting out, diversification is nice. It sounds good. It sounds, oh yeah, diversify to be safe. Diversification to spread out your risk. But when you're trying to get rich, that's when you concentrate. So concentration is the key. Okay? Concentration is the key. Diversification is just, well, after you become rich. This is John Chow from johnchow.com. Thank you for listening. If you like what I just said, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys on the next episode. This is so cool. As long as I stay above 65 miles an hour, I don't need the windshield wipers. When the rain hits the windshield at the speed I'm going at, because the windshield is so racked, the rain just blows off. Neat. Who needs $300 windshield wipers?